I'm Kate Taylor. I'm here with Noel Brown. He lives in New York City, originally from Canada though. Now, Noel drives the MR car in the Clubsport series. Tell us a little bit about how this car is different from the other cars in the series.
Sure. So primarily the big difference is suspension. It's K&W suspension, which is different than the regular spec championship cars. So the handling is slightly different. It's also got it's got essentially two-cylinder brake system, so it's a balance beam braking, which holds up a little better along longer races and multiple races. Oh, and carbon fiber doors, so it helps with weight. Yeah, other than that, they're pretty similar.
Now, this is only your second race here at Monticello Motor Club. Tell me about how you got into this series and what interested you in this.
Yeah, so I heard about the series back when it was being planned, and then actually following it last year. It looked like an exciting way to race. You know, I ended up getting the car, speaking with Porsche Motorsports in Isringhausen in Chicago, and spoke to a couple of people who were racing in the series and found it was just a great way to use the car.
How do you think you've improved since Watkins Glen, your first race ever? Tell me a little bit about that.
I'm learning some patience. You know, everybody wants to be fast behind the wheel. Everybody wants to kind of get as far as possible, as quickly as possible. You know, at the Glen, I had a minor brush, and so sort of learned maybe to take a pass every once in a while, check up a little bit, strategize, and attack at another corner.
At Monticello Motor Club with Jack and Steve, a father-son team. They drive the 914-6 in the Vintage Series. Now, how is this going with the Vintage Series? It's a fairly new series, and tell me a little bit about it.
So the Vintage Series is great. A lot of us used to run in GT classes, and as the cars got newer, the Caymans, the Cup cars, we kind of fell to the wayside. We were always in the back. So now that we have the Vintage guys together, some old, some young, with the old cars, it's a great experience. It's a lot of fun going out there and playing with those guys.
Awesome. Now, Dad, how did you get involved with this?
Years ago, I was a crew for Formula V team. We ran a lot of SCCA events, and I've been doing it ever since I was 16 years old. So at one point, I said, "What do you want for your birthday?" He says, "I'd like a Porsche, Dad." So we went and bought this car here. I bought it for him for $550. And since then, there are many $1,000s put into it. So it's been a lot of fun. It's a labor of love.
So tell me about the 914-6 right here.
Well, the 914-6 is kind of the grandfather of the Boxster and the Cayman. It's mid-engine. You know, a lot of the ones you see here are all tuned up with big motors and makes it a lot more enjoyable. So they're great car to drive.
And now tell us about this special door on your car.
Oh, well, this door over here, this was a friend of mine, Brian Watson, who first of all kind of introduced us to having sign the door. Everybody signs it. UPS man, bringing parts, children, and it just it's a neat little thing, and so everybody's got their little autograph on it.
Awesome. All right, good luck this weekend, Steve, and thanks for talking to us. Hi, I'm Kate Taylor. I'm here with Ben Ripstein. He races with Eurosport Racing in the GT4 Clubsport Series. Now, Ben has an awesome job. He's constantly surrounded by cars. Tell us a little bit about your day job.
Well, I don't know that I really work. I actually get to buy and sell luxury exotic cars throughout the country, so it's a blast. Well, my favorite car to drive, and it's in the garage right now, and I don't know if my son will let me get back in it, but it's a 911 Turbo S. I think it's one of the best street cars that Porsche put out, and I think it's just absolutely phenomenal.
So tell me about the racing side of your life and how you got into the Clubsport series.
So I'm a member at Audubon Country Club in Joliet, Illinois. It's like a drug, and I have an addictive personality, so the good thing is I picked racing versus drugs. But I'd like to get up on the podium. I think I'm getting better and getting more aggressive. I'm getting used to the car, and I'm starting to get an understanding of the car. It's been a much more difficult car to drive than I had a Gen 2 Cayman. So it's got adjustable suspension. This car, suspension's been a lot harder to get used to, and so I'm starting to get used to it, and I'm having a blast. So.
All right, thanks, Ben. Good luck with the rest of your season. Kate Taylor. I'm here with Joe Dillon. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you learned throughout the weekend and how it went?
Well, this was my first club race. Fortunately, I've been to a number of DE events over the last few years, and it's a lot different to go to a club race. It was a lot of fun, with a lot more cars on the track passing everywhere, and a lot of faster cars on the track. You learn to be very aware of your position, what's going on around you, that kind of situational awareness. I've had the car for a few years. I actually bought it from another racer who was moving up to a spec Boxster. So I decided I wanted to get more serious about driving on track. So I spent the last couple of years doing a lot of DE events. And I just decided at the end of last year, why not give it a try?
So obviously your car is different from the vintage and the Clubsport series out there. What did you think about that?
Well, I think it's really cool, one, to see the vintage cars out there, because I really appreciate the vintage cars. I think a lot of us admired the cars that were in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and you really enjoy seeing the cars on the track. They're fun to hear on the track and see them in action. And then, of course, the club sport is, you get to that level you're thinking about. It's very competitive. People really want to win the race. They want to get their name out there, and that's kind of cool too. So you get that element of near professional racing, that people are really serious, very well organized. They've got a lot in it, and that makes it fun, I think, to see them out there, as well as a lot of us folks who are here to have a good time, and the folks that are taking care of the older cars and making them perform on the track as they should.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joe. Good luck in New Jersey.
All right, thanks a lot.